I'm in a dark place, babe.
You got it. All right, so Matt and I are headed to Lutsen, Minnesota. If you haven't heard of that before, that's okay because I just found out where it was like yesterday. Matt's running a 50K up there. It's basically right up towards the Canadian border, probably about 50 miles or so from it, and it goes through the Sawtooth mountain range. So he's running a 50K or about 31 miles up there, and so we're getting there so he can get his race packet tonight, and then we're going to go camping so we don't have to get a hotel. And so that'll be interesting since it's still practically winter up here. I think it's going to get down to about 35 tonight, which isn't super cold, but it's kind of cold for hammock camping. So we'll see what happens. We're checking in. Well, Matt's checking in. I'm following him. Alright, so Matt picked up his race packet at the start line, and so we have to be back there tomorrow morning at 7, and now we're heading over to the campsite so we can hang up our hammocks and stuff. We have to hike in on the Superior Hiking Trail to get to the campsite. It's about just over half a mile to get in there, and I'm wondering how muddy it's going to be. They kind of did a race briefing, and it sounds like it's not supposed to be too muddy, but we're gonna get our feet wet probably. So Matt and I are at the trailhead, so we'll hike in there, hopefully get all set up before the sun goes down and get a good night's rest because we need to be back out to the car before the sunrise tomorrow morning, so Matt can eat and everything before his race start at 7 a.m. It's a little chilly out here. It's supposed to get down to 35 tonight, but there's a little bit of a breeze, so maybe it'll be feeling a little bit colder. This is probably one of the coldest hike nights that I've been on, so so we'll see how it goes. I don't know what he was doing, but I hope it was interesting. My gigantic sleeping bag, because I don't have a hiking one yet. Alright, so we are trekking out of the woods now. We're gonna get to the car and eat something before Matt has to check in for his race. It's probably right around 5. We got up around 4:30ish and packed up camp and are heading back. It was cold last night. Not very enjoyable. When we woke up, it looked like frost on the ground, so I think it got a little colder than we expected it to. And my 40-degree sleeping bag, even with the fleece liner, did not do very good, and Matt's 5-degree sleeping bag didn't really even hold up. So it's interesting walking on this trail right now, considering I can't feel anything from my knees down. We got no sleep, so Matt's gonna have a great run on that. How do you feel about it, Matt?
I feel like this will be a new experience. Running as far as I ever run with no sleep. The problem was that we didn't have anything underneath our sleeping bags to block the wind.
Well, there wasn't wind when we went to bed, and then there was a lot of wind last night. On the bright side, it didn't rain.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So, take the positives when you see them.
My feet feel crazy right now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, so I got to the next point where I'll see Matt. It's about 7.8 miles into his run, so I'm expecting him to come through in around an hour time from when he started. Right now I'm just hiking on the same trail that we hiked to get to our campsite, and so I'll turn back when I think he's coming through because I have his water bottle in my bag, so I can trade him out, and then I'll have to make him his new water for the next round. So the next one is going to be a point even farther down the trail, and then they go out to Carlton Peak, and then they come back to that same point, so I won't have to travel then, and then I'm going to travel back to this point, and then back to that start-finish since it's directly like a perfect out and back loop. So I'm hoping that he's ready for it. I think he'll do really well, but it's kind of hard because we got no sleep last night, so we shall see. Very, very beautiful trail, and then it gets really muddy up there. So this is the state of the Superior hiking trails. Very, very muddy, very deep mud. I have my hiking boots on and those are waterproof, but it's a pretty cold day here, so it's going to be, I think, a little bit extra rough for people that are running 31 miles in this with their tennis shoes, because their feet will get wet, and it's cold, and so a little bit rough on the trail today.
I'm in a dark place, babe.
You got it. Just keep. Yeah. Okay, so I made it to the finish line area, so where Matt should be in maybe the next half hour or so. But I just wanted to quick show you guys this plan that Matt made me. He gave me general information and everything about where we're staying. We had a thing that told us where we needed to be at what time, and then he even gave me information on what time he thought he would come through each checkpoint. This is essentially what he did for the race. He started over Lutsen ski area, and then I met him at his first checkpoint just shy of 8 miles. Then he went another 5.5 and I met him again, and then he went up to the top of Carlton Peak. Now please do note, this area is actually considered a mountain range. It's the Sawtooth Mountains. They're not huge elevation gains, but in total for this 31-mile race, he's gaining over 4,000 feet of elevations. And so he should be getting here pretty shortly. He's been ahead of time. His first checkpoint, he thought he would come through just around 8 o'clock, and he came through about 6 minutes early. And then he came through every single other point about the exact same amount early. He's been keeping a pretty steady pace. So hopefully he can break the 4-hour pace. So I'm going to go over to the finish line now to make sure that I don't miss him coming in, which I don't think he will for another quite a few minutes, but I definitely want to be there, and I'm going to bring the backpack with me because he's probably going to be pretty hungry, and then he's going to shower here. Thank goodness they offer showers, and then we'll head home. Woo! Yay, Matt! Hello! How do you feel, race champion? Well, Matt, you did it.
I'm finally starting to be able to think again. I think there was a lot of cursing in the last couple miles. The last 7 felt like an eternity. I'm really glad I did it though.
Good. He almost did his goal of 4 hours, but he ended up getting second. And his leggies are covered in mud.